Today, I'm going to be allowing ChatGPT to tell me exactly what I have to do in order to beat a map in Bloons Tower Defense 5. Now, in order to keep it from being vague with its reply, I've told it to tell me an exact strategy which includes the towers I can use, the towers I can't use, what map I have to play on, and what difficulty it will be on as well. I could try asking more niche things in the prompt, but I'm not exactly sure how much it knows about the game, so we'll see what we get from this one at first. So you can see for the map it just chose Monkey Lane, so I'm going to probably reprompt it and tell it to specifically give me an obscure map that people don't really know. The difficulty is medium, which is kind of easy to do, but I don't want to try to make it give me the most difficult game mode because I mean it did randomly pick that, so that's kind of the fun of the challenge, right? Now let's see, the towers I'm allowed to use is the Dart Monkey. Okay, so this is actually really good. Look at this. It actually told me an exact strategy here, so maybe I won't. Yeah, okay, wow, this is actually really crazy. So maybe I will just go with what it said here just because this is actually kind of cool. Look at this. It told me to use the Dart Monkey and upgrade it to a 0-3 or 2-3 for early game popping power. So that's interesting, which is definitely really accurate, by the way. Tack Shooter plays a Tack Shooter in a strategic spot. That's, I would say that's debatable. That's probably more so useful in Bloons Tower Defense battles when you have specific game modes that you need early cheap defense, but I don't know if it's the best tower in this game, although to be fair, they're giving me a specific strategy where towers are limited, so I guess in this case, I don't really have a choice, do I? The Monkey Apprentice is excellent for mid-game. Start with the 2-3 upgrade path, so okay, I mean, it's a little expensive for the power you get from it, but that's not too bad. At least that'll allow us to pop camo leads as well, so that's good here. Sniper Monkey, for handling camo balloons, choose a 2-3 path, okay. And then Super Monkey, upgrade to 2-3 for late game power. Okay, so it does not want me to go with the Sun God, which would be better, especially for the cost, but alright, well, hey, these are the towers I'm allowed to use, and it says towers not to use is Banana Farm, Ice Tower, and Boomerang Thrower, but I will only use the towers that it told me I can use, specifically when I'm allowed to use them, and specifically the upgrades that it told me to use for them, because otherwise it would be kind of like not really a challenge. Now the actual strategy is kind of just the same thing as what it explained when it told us the towers to use. You see it says start with Dart Monkeys, add Tack Shooters, then upgrade the Monkey Apprentice by the mid-game. Sniper Monkeys for camos, which to be fair, the Monkey Apprentice can also handle camo balloons, but it does say the 2-3 specifically is for leads, although that's also not really true because a 0-0 handles lead balloons, so you don't actually need to do that. But hey, it told me to do that, so that's what I'm going to do. Super Monkey for late game, and then we're allowed to use the 2-3, and then use Road Spikes and Pineapples. Okay, so we actually are allowed to use Road Spikes and Pineapples here. It does say that in the strategy. And then upgrade path, focus on upgrading your towers rather than spreading out too much. Okay, so I will not, until I've upgraded one tower, I will not go for another tower. So what that means is that once I've upgraded a Dart Monkey, it has to be upgraded to a 2-3 before I can place down a second one, even if I'm starting to leak. Although to be fair, medium mode's not going to really be that difficult. So I guess with that being said, we're going to jump into it, and then after that, I'll specifically ask it how I can beat Mastery and Impoppable mode and see if it can give us a strategy for that. I have a feeling it's going to struggle a little bit more, because medium mode on Monkey Lane you could basically beat by doing anything. Literally, you could just put 0-0 towers everywhere and win, which I've already shown in a recent video. So yeah, I don't really think this is going to be a problem. In order to follow the rules that were set forth by the AI, I started off with the Dart Monkey, and I could easily afford a 2-3 off the bat. Now I did enable the Dart Monkey Specialist building as well here, which will allow the Dart Monkeys to pop lead balloons before I'm allowed to use the Wizard Monkey because it gives them explosive darts. Now keep in mind, while the Tack Shooter does have a Ring of Fire upgrade, which of course can also pop leads, that's a tier 4 upgrade, and the AI said nothing about using those. It told me to use either a 2-3 or a 3-2 when it comes to my Tack Shooters. Now it took quite a while just for that single 2-3 Dart Monkey to really even struggle on its own, and on round 32, I finally got down a Tack Shooter. I made sure to put it on the bend of the track just like the AI said to do, and then I also got a second triple Dart Monkey to catch some of the balloons that were escaping at the bottom. Now the main reason I was trying to save up so much money here is that I still had a pretty expensive tower to buy at the end of this, the 2-3 Super Monkey. Medium mode doesn't provide a ton of money, and I also can't use farms, so I had to be wise with my spending. Now I definitely think it's fair to say that round 39 is the mid game for medium mode, so that's when I went for a 2-3 Wizard Monkey. After that, I got the 2-3 Sniper that I was told to buy, and I set its targeting to strong so that it could help with the Moab and ceramic balloons, and then there wasn't really much else to do besides of course getting the Super Monkey in the form of the Technological Terror. And on round 53, I was able to afford it already. As you might imagine, this was a wrap. The AI can quite confidently beat Bloons Tower Defense 5 on medium difficulty, or at the very least, it can instruct a human being on how to do so. Alright, so now I'm just going to ask it to give me an exact strategy that I can use to beat Bloons Tower Defense 5 on Mastery Impoppable, and I did note that it's the highest difficulty possible in the game, just in case it doesn't recognize Mastery or something. Hopefully that'll help it, and we'll see what it has to say here. Alright, so first of all, it talks about the map and starting startup. It says to choose a map with a good amount of space for placing towers, and ideally one with multiple entry points that can be controlled. So I have to choose a map with multiple entry points, which is actually really kind of tough because that means I'm going to have to choose an advanced map. Oh wait, actually, there's a trick I can use to cheese this because I can think of one map that's intermediate with 2 entry points that's actually quite easy. So we'll see what I do here, but we are working with the highest difficulty, so it might be necessary. Now, starting cash is depending on your version of the game, you might start with a small amount of cash, plan accordingly. So this is interesting because this is kind of noting that if you have, like I have the Steam version, for example, then you can actually use Monkey Lab upgrades to start with more cash. So that does kind of note that if you're in a situation to use it, then you can take advantage of it. So, I mean, you're still going to have to plan accordingly for the game in general. But speaking of general, wow, this is actually a lot of stuff. Holy crap. Okay, so I'll try to go through this really quick. Oh, this is cool. Okay, wait, so round 75 through 100. If you guys don't know, in this game at least, Impoppable, even on Mastery mode, ends on round 85, so we don't have to go to round 100 plus to beat it. But let's see what it says for the early game strategy here. It says start by placing a dart monkey near the entrance to pop the initial balloons. That's pretty fair. That's kind of what I did last time. Upgrade the dart monkey to 0-0 or 0-1 as soon as possible. Well, this is kind of like way worse than last time because obviously you can't upgrade to 0-0. Like last time it was actually giving good advice. I don't know if I kind of confused it by mentioning the difficulty thing or something. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but save it for a second dart monkey and upgrade it similarly. So I have to go for a 0-1 as soon as possible and then go for another 0-1. After I save up for it in the early game. Continue placing dart monkeys and upgrading them to handle increasing number of balloons. So I guess I have to try to use 0-1 dart monkeys to go through round 1 through 50. I think I'm already going to fail right there, but we'll see if some this is definitely like not going to be possible. Oh my gosh. Mid-game rounds 50 through 75. By now, upgrade one of your dart monkeys to a triple dart monkey, 3-0 or 2-3. I don't know why the AI broke so badly. Like 3-0 is not triple dart, it's a spike-a-pole. 2-3 is a triple dart, so at least I'm allowed to go for triple dart monkeys once I get to round 50, I guess. Start building a basic defense with a mix of dart monkeys, tack shooters, and bomb tap. Oh my gosh, okay. I mean, they could, to be fair, probably make it through these rounds if it wasn't mastery mode, but there's just no way. Upgrade tack shooters to 0-2 or 2-0 for wider coverage. Well, only one of those paths is going to actually be giving you wider coverage. I'm pretty sure it's the 0-2, yeah, and then the 2-0 would give you like a higher shooting speed. And then 0-3 is where you start to get the blades like you saw last time, but we're not even allowed to use that apparently. So use bomb tower strategically to deal with groups of balloons. Now it doesn't say what I can upgrade the bomb tower to, so I'm going to assume that I'm allowed to use tier 4 upgrades for the bomb, because I mean, I'm gonna have to like use something here. There's no way like I can make it. I don't even think I can make it this far. Like I said, I'm literally only allowed to use 0-1 dart monkeys from rounds 1 through 50 apparently, or I don't know, it says 50 here and here, so I don't know if on round 50 I'm allowed to upgrade or how that works, but yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna make it that far, so we'll see. Late game, rounds 75 through 100 yeah, that's beyond late game, but focus on upgrading your strongest towers. Dart monkeys to super monkeys, 2-3. I don't understand like why it like is just so wrong about everything. Like it thinks that tack shooters to blade shooters is 4-2, whereas that's a ring of fire for the tack shooter, and a 2-3 is a blade shooter. Bomb towers to Moab Molar, it's a 2-3, so it got closer. You can't upgrade dart monkeys to super monkeys unless you have a 2-4 fan club, and that's an ability, so this is just not even possible here. Invest in a monkey village with jungle drums 2-0 for increased attack speed of nearby towers. Well, at least they actually got the jungle drums upgrade correct, because that is what that is. A 2-0 village there, but have at least one tower capable of hitting Moab class balloons. Every tower is capable of hitting them besides like I don't even know, is there anything that can't hit the balloons. I mean, not most of them aren't very good against them, but late rounds 100 plus, save up for a Sun God, a 4-2 at the Temple, or Technological Terror, also a 4-2. What? Oh my gosh. It says that a Technological Terror is a 4-2 Monkey Apprentice for maximum damage output against ZOMGs. Okay. I don't even know what to say about ChatGPT right now. I don't know why it went so far off the rails all of a sudden. Continue to upgrade and add towers to cover any weaknesses in your defense. Utilize abilities like the Super Monkey Sun Avatar Transformation for added firepower during tough rounds. Sun Avatar is obviously Bloons Tower Defense 6, not 5. And also, like, what is it talking about transformation? I guess that's a thing in the 6th game? I don't even know, but this is just getting absolutely absurd. Additional tips. Place towers in strategic locations to maximize their effectiveness. Use monkey villages to reduce upgrade costs and improve tower efficiency. Okay, so apparently we're actually allowed to use villages to make things cheaper too. Utilize banana farms. Oh, okay. Or other income sparingly to supplement. Okay, so I can't like overly farm, and in the beginning I'm not allowed to farm at all. I have to start with the dart monkey as it said. Well, I mean, it's not like I could get by without starting with it, because then I would just die anyways. You only get 1 life when Impoppable. But upgrade your towers rather than spreading out too thinly across different types. Okay, well, you kind of made that impossible with the whole 0-1 dart monkey fiasco up here. But use special agents like the banana farmer for extra income, or the balloon chipper for additional balloon control. What? Oh my gosh, yes, my favorite special agent, the balloon chipper. And then I don't even know like why it thinks like the way that it thinks, or how the banana farmer gives you extra income. I mean, it helps, and at least I'm allowed to use my farmers. That means, I guess, monkey knowledge. So I'm allowed to use my monkey knowledge here, so that's good to know specifically. Prioritize upgrades that enhance your main towers and income generation. I have all max monkey knowledge unlocked, so I mean, I think we should be alright. By following this strategy, you should be well equipped to handle the challenges of Bloons Tower Defense 5 on Impoppable difficulty. It doesn't say anything about mastery mode, so it doesn't recognize that part. Adjust your placement and upgrades based on the specific map and balloon pathing to maximize efficiency. Good luck. Okay, well, that is quite the strategy here. Obviously, I'm just going to fail super early, but we'll still give it a try and just see how funny it is. Since ChatGPT told me to use a map with multiple entrances this time, I'm going to try out the only one that might allow me to at least survive in the super early rounds. You see this map right here, it's no stranger to my videos. If you're unaware, Overthrown has the unique property where it provides 2 different thrones in the center of the map, and each one allows the tower on top of it to attack 5 times faster than normal. Placing a 0-1 dart monkey on each of them allowed me to save up for my first farm on round 6, and they just kept on going. By round 13, I already had my farm upgraded to a 2-0. In fact, they went all the way to round 24, where the first camo balloon comes out, and since I'm not allowed to use any other towers, I just put down a pile of road spikes here because a 0-1 dart monkey has no camo capability, even with its special disc building enabled. Now, I guess that probably isn't even allowed according to the AI's rules, but without road spikes, I would have just completely failed right here. Now, keep in mind this is mastery mode, where all the balloons are 1 rank higher than normal, so for the dart monkeys to be this effective, it's still pretty insane, even if they can't hit camos. Now, once again on round 33, I had to use road spikes to deal with the camo balloons because now we had a bunch of camo pinks instead of camo yellows like you would normally face. Then on round 35, I just straight up died to the ceramic balloons. I was not expecting them at all because normally on this round, you would just be facing rainbows. Now I tried to see if there was any way to fit 2 dart monkeys on each throne at this point, but it just wasn't happening. So I just spent the money I had saved up on a few more 0-1s, and I hoped for the best. Now admittedly, I did have to use a lot of road spikes to survive, but I was still alive, for now at least. Now round 37 got pretty crazy though. I tried buying my 3rd and final farm, since the AI did say not to buy too many of them, but the end of the round surprised me with camo lead balloons. Normally, the only camo lead you'll see during an entire game of Impoppable will be on round 59, but round 37 has camo white balloons normally, which now got turned into leads since we're on mastery. Once I was prepared for them though, I still just barely managed to pop all the leads actually, using a bunch of pineapples and then using road spikes to pop the rest of the balloons that came out. Then on round 38, I had to use even more road spikes to deal with more ceramics, so I knew it was time for some more defense. AKA just spamming down 0-1 dart monkeys again. Round 39 was another close call, and then round 40 just completely got me with the Moabs. I tried to make it through this round without selling any farms, because on Mastery mode, your income from the Bloons will get cut in half on round 30 instead of on round 50, so I was going to need all the farm income generation I could get, but it just wasn't possible from what I could see. I even tried selling all my 0-1 dart monkeys for 0-0s just to have a lot more dart monkeys down in total, and this did perform better, but it still wasn't quite enough. So I sold one of the farms off, but even that still wasn't able to get me through. I just barely couldn't afford enough road spikes to pop everything that was coming at the end. So I had to sell another farm, but thankfully this one hadn't been very upgraded to begin with. Now I waited until the round was halfway through to sell that farm so it could still earn money for that round, and then I finally just barely had enough to afford the road spikes I needed to survive. But I knew my time was near, and once again I was caught off guard by the camo ceramics on round 42. Then on round 43, the Moabs just straight up took me out, and I knew there was no point of selling my last farm because I simply wouldn't be making enough money to defeat the BFB that comes on round 46, much less anything else. Honestly, I'm surprised I even got this close to round 50, and had it not been on Mastery mode, this might have even been possible all the way to the end still. Alas, I hope this video has been entertaining, and I think it's fair to say AI chatbots are definitely getting better every day, but there are certain variables that can still throw them completely off base.